I will say that my aim sense is pretty high. How in the world do you fall when you're right next to the wall? Ooh, bars. Charge up just so you can hit me in the face with your okay. Oh, you don't want me to charge up? Really doesn't want me to charge up.
Yeah, cause you're annoying.
Dude, I'm trying my hardest now. What is so annoying about that?
You just do the same thing every time.
No, I'm not. Don't name your stream just Fortnite or stuff like that.
I didn't. I didn't even name it.
Yeah, it just says Fortnite.
Yeah, cause I didn't name it.
Well, name it too, but don't name it like Fortnite 1v1s or anything.
Well,
Like,
got a problem with you?
I'm just saying, basic.
So, does it matter?
Okay. Why? What does it reset? I like that. I didn't go to wall. Dude, why is my shotgun not shooting?
Yeah, I know. I can hear. Why? Why
You're
usually?
just sitting there. You're not jumping down.
Cause I don't have to. It's not your freaking rules. No handbook that says, "Oh, you always have to jump down when your eye fall down."
No, it's just fucking courtesy of a 1v1.
Well, it's not a 1v1.
Only 15 minutes of dialogue throughout the near 80-minute film. Most of the screen time is instead devoted to the cat and mouse game between a sick-minded murderer and our creative, courageous heroine. If a kill happens in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it really count? Let's find out and get to that. The movie begins with some soundless production company cards before the silence is broken up by a title card. Thought I heard you calling my name now. At a cozy little home in the woods, author Maddie Young cooks in close-ups, and although the sounds of sizzling and etc. are audible to us, Maddie doesn't hear any of it, which is relayed to the audience from the point of hearing sound design. She gets a visit from her neighbor Sarah, who has been practicing for American Sign Language, even though Maddie can read lips just fine. Sarah just finished reading Maddie's book and was a huge fan of its ending, and Maddie explains that she came up with it because of her so-called writer brain. Their book club goes on for so long that Maddie's dinner begins to burn, setting off a strobing light smoke detector with a 1,000 decibel alarm tone that's able to warn Maddie through vibrations. Maddie's first Midnight Mass gives the audience some back-cover backstory about how she lost her speech and hearing, which happened when she was 13. Meanwhile, she's been working on a follow-up book.
What the fuck you watching?
But if writing has ever been a part of your job, you know that working can also mean just staring at a computer screen in frustrated silence. For Maddie, though, it's not completely silent, since she has a voice in her head that runs through all the scenarios she would write for her story's ending.
Aaron dies. Can't kill Aaron.
Her various alternate endings are actually endings that Flanagan and Siegel went through during the writing process, which was quite a unique one.
We would like sit in the house, Kate would sit inside, and I would go outside and try to find different ways to break in.
Yeah, which was great.
It's really, really fun.
Yeah, they actually wrote most of the script by acting out different invasion techniques, and they had to do one last rewrite when they finally found their shooting location, a house in Alabama with a different floor plan than their home in Glendale that they used for blocking. As Maddie productively procrastinates by cleaning, we see Sarah slam into the door outside, crying for help from her neighbor who can't hear her pleas. After failing to get Maddie's attention, Sarah is shot with a crossbow bolt and accosted by a masked man who then stabs her a
The
couple
world?
times with a gun. Oh, wait,
Dude,
I'm
when
sorry.
was that
I
video
can't
made? In the
I meant a
medieval
friggin'
time?
dozen, 'cause this guy goes through
That was,
serious
2016.
serious
This guy, like, he goes, like, he, like, watches the movies, and, like, he, like, does the kills, like, how many people get killed in the movie.
even though he don't look like Becky Lynch to me. And after realizing his
This one's Hush.
he opens the door to Maddie's house and stands behind her menacingly. And she's too busy typing shit about herself to notice him at all. A FaceTime call from her sister Max scares the man into crab walking away. And although Max notices him as he steals Maddie's phone,
It's Lucky. I'm dead.
Behind
I
you.
thought he had a shotgun.
Thought I saw something move.
Maddie blames it on her kitty cat and pays it no mind. She's just about to get ready to get back to the hard work when she gets a picture message on her laptop from her own phone. And it's of her sitting on the couch and walking around her house. Wow, that is skin-crawlingly creepy. Maddie follows the angle from the last picture sent to find the man in a mask standing outside her open
Oh my
sliding
god,
door.
this is
She rushes over
fucking
and closes
weird.
it right before he can get back inside, then heads him off at all of her home's other entrances, safely locking the crossbow-wielding son of a bitch out for now. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't the man kill her when he came in the first time? Well, as you'll see, this dude's in it for the game of it all. He's one sick motherfucker. Before Maddie can FaceTime anyone for help, the man shuts the power off from the outside, then uses the momentary pause in action to taunt her by rubbing some knife blood on the window. Or, I guess, Sarah blood. Sarah blood that was on the knife. You know what I mean. After he stabs out her tires, Maddie is left feeling more isolated than ever. But this woman's a problem solver, so she gets the idea to write him a lipstick message on her window that says her boyfriend's about to be back and he's gonna be in trouble. Daylon, Daylon. She also says that she never saw his face, so there'd be no liability in letting her
Oh,
live.
why does
He
Booga have a
reveals that
different car
identity
set?
by removing his mask to reveal that he's that guy from the Belgo experiment? Yeah, it's John Gallagher Jr. And I've gotta say, I know he wasn't plenty of other things like Newton, but I just love that in the span of only 2 years, he was the calm, level-headed protagonist in Belko, a nervous survivor in 10 Cloverfield Lane, and this sociopathic murderer in Hush. Mad props for all that variety in the genre, dude. The man susses out that Maddie can read his lips,
Nod your head if you understand.
so he takes this opportunity to tell her what's up. First off, now she has seen his face, so yeah, that's a problem. Also, he was in the room when her FaceTime sister talked about how lonely Maddie must be all by herself in the woods.
Karen, I'm
So
thinking
this
about
goes
making
to the
a
boyfriend.
second account and
Yeah,
selling
finally,
this one.
he tells her that he's here to have fun.
I can come in anytime I want. I can get you anytime I want. I'm not going to. Not until it's time. And you wish you're dead.
Wow, man sucks. He walks away with a kind of hilarious little half-turn at first. I don't know what that was, but I love it. And Maddie continues to be dope by arming herself with a knife. Oh, and a hammer? Hell yeah, dual wield that shit. She barricades herself inside a room and takes a defensive position at the window. But the man must have figured out she was in there, because here he is now, tapping on the glass with Sarah's dead body. Yeah, Maddie, I hate to tell you, but the man is not your run-of-the-mill criminal. This guy is fucked up. Maddie allows herself to feel helpless for a minute before she comes up with another plan of action. Realizing that Sarah's phone might be in her back pocket, she uses her car fob to set off her vehicle's panic setting. While the man goes to see what's going on, she rushes back to that window and goes a-picking through Sarah's pockets. Maddie's unable to find the phone before the man comes back around, but she does manage to crush his fingers with the window and hit him in the arm with her hammer, leaving him with a gnarly flesh wound while she locks him back out again. Nice try, Maddie, but turns out that plan wasn't vain anyway. Sarah's phone was already taken care of by the man. Damn, that buzz-cutted bastard. He thinks of everything. Maddie's next course of action is to just try and make a run for it. But a close call with a bolt from the man's crossbow sends her scrambling back inside, putting the players, once again, back in their starting positions. Maddie then goes upstairs and out a second-story window onto the roof of her house.
I swear to
She
God.
uses the man's hearing against him by tossing her flashlight loudly into the woods. And that sends him away from the house to check it out. Damn, Maddie, you friggin' chucked that thing. Play softball or something? Unfortunately, her escape attempt here probably causes too much noise that she can't hear. And while she's climbing down a trellis, she gets a crossbow bolt in the leg. Damn. Thankfully, she manages to avoid a second one with some wicked flexibility. Despite her leg injury, she's able to steal the crossbow from the man and knock him off the roof. But she's unable to figure out how to work the thing before he climbs back up the trellis, so back into the house she goes. You stay out, Mr. Man. No boys allowed. Okay, bye, I guess. She crawls into the bathroom and washes out her wound, then ties herself a tourniquet around her leg. Alright, Maddie, you're good to go. Get back to the fight. While trying to figure out that crossbow pin, she notices some engraved notches on the weapon. Uh-oh, is that man keeping his own kill count? Better learn how to use that bow soon, Maddie. This guy's a professional. While she's working on that, a guy shows up at her house. This is Sarah's boyfriend, John. Kinda looks like a buff Adam Scott, and he's there wondering where the hell his girlfriend is. He sees the lipstick message on the window, but before he can call for any help, he gets duped by the man. Sit on the ground, drop it. The man approaches John with a
I'm assuming
flashlight,
Hush is a really
acting like a
freaking
police officer.
graphic
And the
movie.
blinding light is so convincing that he even gets John to turn over his wallet. But even though the man rolled high for this deceptive performance, he's still dressed like a fucking graffiti artist. And John begins to suspect that something's up.
Have you
John
watched Hush or
plays it
something?
cool and stealthily picks up a rock to take this faker out. But then Maddie tries to warn John, distracting him long enough to get a knife in his back. I don't know what's more disturbing, the stab itself or the man's total nonchalance about it.
This time.
Another stab takes John down, and as the man continues to gloat about his underhanded ways, John appears to die. Just kidding, John finds the strength to wrestle the man to the ground, and even
Why are you
gets
breathing
the
so
guy
hard
to
in your mic?
stranglehold
You good?
with his sword. But John's
No, I'm dying.
give out on him, and he
I'm
dies
just
before
asking,
he
just in case
seals
you're like
the deal.
beating your beat or
He
something.
tried before he died. Maddie makes another run from her house towards the woods, but with that leg wound of hers, the man catches up and knocks her to the ground with a rock. Then wait, what? He bashes her brains in with the rock? What the fuck? Hey, fuck you, Hush. You're not supposed to end like this.
I can't run.
Oh, good. You did it. Nope. Maddie's head voice is now running through all the different possible outcomes for this situation, just as if she were writing the ending out in a book.
That crossbow, that has to be really shot. My brain can't even figure out how to load the damn thing.
Her brain voice runs through all of her options, and she realizes that just hiding until the man goes away won't work, since she would just bleed to death from her still open leg wound. Oh, and obviously, I won't be counting any of these hypothetical kills on the list. But hey, if Maddie's new plan works out, we'll be adding to the count again in no time. Outside, the man comes
The fuck
across Maddie's gap, but
hypothetical
thankfully,
list?
she springs into action before he can kill the kitty. A bolt to the shoulder hurts the man, but after Maddie runs back inside, she gets her arm caught in a
Oh, that
and
sucks.
the man makes things a whole lot worse by
Get-
raising
get
his foot up
naked.
and pretty much stomping her hand upon. Oh man, that one hurts.
Oh. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Game time is over.
Coming in.
Cameron
Maddie
getting
finds
naked.
some resolve and stands to stare her tormentor in the face. With some blood from her leg, she writes him a new
What
one.
nation does this fight still
And
going
the
on?
challenge
Where
is
is it?
on. Do it, motherfucker.
He's dancing.
You gotta
Bruh,
go.
you're gonna
Ah.
die.
As the man retrieves a crowbar and starts to smash the window in, Maddie writes out a physical description of him and a goodbye message for her family. Then she locks herself in the bathroom with a knife, while outside, the man proves unable to break through her sliding door glass. Damn, Maddie, what you got there? Wall-side windows? That's okay with him. He'll just come in through the bathroom window, which we see from the broken glass shards falling behind Maddie. But because of the sound design, We know that she never hears it. The man overplays his hand by leaning over her and gloating, and when he laughs at his own joke, she feels it on her neck. Maddie reacts with a little flippy stab and sticks her knife in the knee of the man.
Bruh!
Feeling a little woozy, so she passes out in the kitchen before she can rearm herself. Or so the man thinks as he limps over to finish her off, only to get a face full of wasp killers.
Oh, that must
That stings. Maddie turns on the fire alarm and uses the head-splitting sound to disarm the man. But before she can pick up the knife, he takes her to the ground and they get into a fight. A mighty strangling fight. He just about has her dead, her pulse slowing beneath his fingertips, when her hand finds a fallen corkscrew on the ground. A stab to the man's neck pierces through it entirely. The evil bastard squirts blood out the hole for a couple of beats before it finally takes him down and he falls to the ground dead.
Okay.
We've had some detestable killers on this.
dude.
But this dude was one of the shitbagiest. Maddie recovers from the strain and retrieves her phone from the man's pocket to call 911. Movie ends with her stepping out onto the porch, petting her still okay kitty cat, and waiting patiently for the blue blinking lights of the cop car to arrive. Good job, girl. You did it. How many kills occurred while Maddie defended her home? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Only 3 people died in Hush, a quiet town for a quiet movie. The victims consisted of 1 woman and 2 men, giving us a 2-to-1 ratio of dudes. With a runtime of 78 minutes, that left us with a kill on average.
A 78-minute movie with only 3 kills in it. That's not good.
I can kill more people than that in 7
78 minutes.
Yeah, 78 minutes. Kill more people than that in 10 minutes. Yeah.
I can kill a whole school in like 5 seconds. I mean,
I'm talking about like right now. If the timer started, I could probably kill more.
4 years ago, during a board meeting, we had an idea. We started SandCloud.
Unless no one's home,
dedicated to making a difference
they're
in the
lucky
world
today.
by protecting our oceans and marine life.
Dude, I was fighting someone, and I got them so low. Like, so low. And they ran away. I don't even know how. They just disappeared. I was like, wait, the fuck, where'd he go?
And all our favorite horror movies. I'm James H. Denise, and today we're looking at Never Hike Alone, the Friday the 13th fan film.
Never Hike Alone.
By Vincent DeSanti. I met Vincent at Monster Palooza this year and interviewed him in my video covering the event. He told me that with Never Hike Alone, he wanted to make a back-to-basics style Friday the 13th film and make Jason scary again, instead of the more ridiculous campy stuff that the original series delved into near the end. Working between 9-to-5 jobs with a budget raised on Kickstarter, DeSanti and his crew persevered to bring the Friday franchise into the modern era of GoPros and bloggers. And as a reward for all his hard work, DeSanti himself got to play Jason Voorhees, or at least share the hockey mask with stunt performer Brian Forrest. Never Hike Alone is
that don't hike alone, Luke.
I've never even went hiking. Actually, yeah, I have. Come on. Dude, where in the fuck did this guy go? Dude, I just heard footsteps again. And then I look at him, where they came from, and he's gone.
I swear, dude. I think you're high.
Oh, he probably took stream. Damn it. I could have beamed him. Yeah, he definitely took stream.
With his trademark sign-off, Kyle Lau takes the wild fucking bolts away from his car and hardcore Henry's himself through the woods in a rocket montage. Eerily
Go watch my screen or something.
He reaches his first checkpoint, sets up
Yeah, when you want to watch my stream.
inside his tent
Or
for a
stream.
game to beat Sal collapsible shovels, even though he's not a true believer in the product he's talking.
Cameron, can you hear me?
Unlike when I advertise Shudder or Crypt TV,
Ron.
products I
What?
enjoy so much, I'm
Oh,
giving
okay.
them a
Do you want to watch
free
my
shout-out
stream
right
on
here.
my
Get that
screen?
promo, y'all.
Yeah, I'm good.
Pushing his team to slaughter, he'd better hope isn't David. He sees a trail marker that isn't on any of his maps, and as you'd expect a hiker with a GoPro to do, he sets out to explore. The trail takes him to a sign that says no trespassing, but as we see in the background while Kyle records a vlog, it looks like Jason don't think the rules apply to him. As Kyle decides to come through the area anyway to get to the lake, there's an unlikely scare when
Oh,
Jason
fuck
appears
yeah.
right next to him, only to promptly disappear in the next
Purple.
cut. This must be zombie teleporting Jason from the shakes off his CBGBs and trespasses anyway, eventually getting to the infamous Crystal Lake. Oh, look at that little island in there. I bet that's a great mama shrine back. With the sun setting in a few hours, Kyle decides to cut up some firewood and make a camp. And that's when he trips over a sign telling him exactly where he is. He finds Camp Crystal Lake itself, and inside one of the cabins is a calendar from 1980 saying it's June 13th. Yeah, I know, that's a Friday the 13th, but it's also apparently a Nudie Magazine Day! Nudie Magazine Day! Aside from old-fashioned 2D smut, Kyle also finds a ribbon with the number 6 on it, hanging in front of a shower stall that's very bloody on the inside. The ribbons Kyle finds are all crime scene markers of the kills we know and love from the original film. A nice little feature for us fans. This marker corresponds to Marcy, who went from singing in her underwear to dead via head axing in the blink of an eye. In the main lodge of the camp, Kyle pokes around in the fireplace and knocks down a dead animal. A cool mash cut takes us outside where he disposes of the body, and after doing that, he sees another one of those that mark number 3 and corresponding with good old body oil Steve Christie, who was killed with one of those just off screen gut stabs. Kyle decides to make camp inside the cabin, where he vlogs and tells his McLeod crew fans all about the backstory of Jason Voorhees, a tale he learned from his older brother when he was a kid. He takes his camera out to explore the camp some more, and while he's walking around looking like he's Thor with a blowout, he finds another ribbon marked with a 2. And by now, he's also figured out that these ribbons are marking crime scenes, so he's not too surprised by what he finds when he opens the door. It's a bunk bed with a bunch of bacon juice all over it, because this is the site of one of the franchise's most iconic kills and the first ever Golden Chainsaw recipient, the arrow through the neck that killed Jack in the original. In the kitchen where Crazy Ralph once played peekaboo, Kyle finds another ribbon with a 5 on it. This one's the toughest to tell, but judging by the rope on the ground nearby, it's gotta be Brenda, who's tossed through the window wrapped in a blanket of rope. A banging noise takes him upstairs, which, Mike, going upstairs and following creepy noises, Kyle? Are you even trying to survive this thing? But the noise ends up being an innocuous second-story door to nowhere that Kyle explains used to be used for getting heavy furniture upstairs. Cool, Kyle. Want to explain this messy sleeping pit that has a birthday card on it addressed to a special boy? Or how about this rotting Pamela head tucked under that blanket? Yep, Kyle has stumbled right into Jason's lair, and the J-Man appears behind him and takes his new victim, gift-wrapped in a bed sheet, and tosses him out that second-story doorway. Then Jason grabs a nearby axe and hops down to do some stalking. Without even bending his knees on the landing, you're gonna feel that shit when you're older, Jason. Kyle is able to narrowly avoid a lineage-ending injury, and then we get our first look at this movie's Jason, nicknamed Ghost Jason by fans. As Kyle feebly fights him, I've gotta say, Ghost Jason's look pretty good. Must have found a new hockey mask though, since this one's missing the Part 3 axe slash. Eventually, Kyle is able to get the hell away from this masked maniac, who heads back inside to
Ooh,
retrieve
dude,
weapons
why?
and
Why
attack
is the line fucking around?
machete. Jason stalks Kyle through the woods on some heavy fucking feet. This guy's stomping around the woods like he's Lucille Ball making wine. Eventually, Kyle trips over the no trespassing sign and really messes his leg up. Break the rules, suffer the consequences, my man. Still, he's able to evade Jason and run off, disappearing into the woods as dusk falls. An injured Kyle finds a quiet moment to speak into his GoPro, where he does the usual tragically doomed person with a camera routine, namely telling whoever's watching what happened, leaving an I love you message for his parents. With that out of the way, he heads back to the camp because he figures he won't survive his injury without the medkit from his pack. On his way there, he sees another ribbon, number 4, hanging over a doorway, marking the location where Bill was found as a human pincushion by Alice. He gets inside and gets his first aid kit, then hides from the Jasonsaurus Rex. Seriously, those footsteps are so heavy, he's probably got the whole of Crystal Lake rippling like a glass of water. Kyle fixes himself up underneath the table in a self-stitching sequence that really shows off the excellent work by special effects makeup artist Kelsey Burke. On his way out, Kyle has to hide from Jason like he's playing Friday the 13th the game. And just like in that game, hiding proves to be fucking useless, as Jason just smashes through the door and starts clomping around to find him. Jason eventually finds Kyle with a jump scare and a missed opportunity
What movie is
to
this?
stab through the door. Kyle fends him off.
What? The one I'm talking about right now?
Yeah.
I never hike alone.
Oh,
First,
yeah.
Kyle hits the big man with a friggin' chair, and then Jason comes back with an Undertaker/Kane style chokeslam through a table.
This Jason looks cool.
This ain't a TLC
It's like the circle mask one.
machete for his signature finisher move. Kyle takes the opportunity
Who
to
gets
run
that one
off.
thing?
Because of his injured leg, Jason catches up.
Bro, so Margo was complaining that he had 36 ping.
Eventually, Jason slashes Kyle's arm.
Oh,
Kyle
wait,
grabs
this
the
I gotta say
nearby
Booga's at one
Jason
ping.
makes
I'll go down all the way
his
down to
mask
10
off.
for a couple
Let's see
seconds.
what this Jason looks like behind it.
Oh my god,
As
I'm saying it on
expected,
time.
It's a face
Okay,
only
there
a
we go.
deranged mother could love. Kyle runs off in fear while a very embarrassed Jason grabs his mask to cover up that ghoulish visage of his. Kyle finds the axe in the tree and arms himself, then applies a little more first aid to his new wound. Jason tries to sneak up behind him, but bad chance with those loud-ass boots you're wearing. Kyle spins around in an attack.
I'm at
Look out.
2,470 points.
Turns out Jason landed a machete hit straight in Kyle's chest. But don't call the match just yet, because there's some nasty blood oozing out of J-Man's hockey mask. That's because Kyle also landed a hit with his weapon. So both of them fall to the ground together, threatening to end this skirmish in a draw. But turns out neither of them are out for the count. The machete stab was at least partially stopped by Kyle's handy guidebook. So even though it got him a little bit, it could be a lot worse. Then, after Kyle gets up to leave, he of course looks back at his axe-ridden foe to see the undead man-child is still ready to rumble. With that, he takes off into the woods once more, right as Jason rises up from the ground. Morning comes, and that means it's time for a good lake wash. Kyle sees one final ribbon, marked with the number 1, signifying the beachside decapitation of Mama Voorhees herself, the kill that set our silent but deadly serial murderer in action. Then Jason recreates his first appearance in the series, when he jumps out of the lake and grabs a hold of Kyle's head. An excellent moment, with some more great effects, where Jason just straight up crushes Kyle's head in his hands with his awesomely
This guy's definitely like a director in a movie or something.
Who?
This guy that you're watching, like he's fucking
No.
so many things.
No, he just watches a lot of movies.
No, but like just all he knows about like movies. Gotta be someone that watch.
Oh, hey! What? Another medical dude named Axel? But is he pervy like the one we all know and love? Damn! Look at the beard on that vagina! He is! That's the fan service. Hold on to your butt. Because the third paramedic in this movie is Tommy
Beard
frickin'
on my
Jarvis.
vagina.
That's right,
That's
motherfuckers. Tom
retarded.
Matthews from Part 6 Jason Lives reprises his iconic role to be T-Jarvis once again. And as he calls the situation into dispatch, he's greeted by an old friend. Bitch. He's yanked out of the ambulance. The other paramedics hear him struggling, so Axel goes out to help him, only to reappear a minute later with the axe in his gut, finally allowing us to start the kill count properly. Hey, sometimes movies wait until the end for the kills. Remember Get Out? And we double up the count right away after Denny is pulled out of the ambulance by Jason and given an off-screen death that we can hear involves a whole lot of body beating against the ambulance. Since he's on a roll, Jason stands in front of the open ambulance doors and appears to be ready for a hat trick with Kyle, who now looks like Assistant Director Wes from Nailed It, but Jason is stopped by the formerly Feldman Tommy. Hey, Megathead! Remember me, asshole? Tommy takes off and saves Kyle's life, leaving a very unsatisfied Jason behind with only a pair of kills to his name. Movie ends. Jason slowly walking after the ambulance. I'm sure you'll catch up eventually, J-Man. Don't worry. In the meantime, how many kills did this ghost Jason nail down? I mean, you already know the answer, but let's get to the numbers anyway. Yeah, dead meat out.
Yeah, this is all he does. Like, he literally, like, I don't know if he just does that, because that's the only stuff I watch with him. Is that show?
Dude, oh my god, everybody's disappearing, bruh.
A hacker in your game or
He was
something?
in the house. He was in the house, and then he freaking disappeared. Oh my gosh. Very much appreciate it. I got a purple pump. So like right now, Cameron, that sounds like straight shit with your mic. Are you turn that down a little bit?
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Oh, you're mad. Oh, you're mad, buddy. Dude, oh my god, the fucking building, huh?
Oh, oh man.
Stop, you clear. This guy is so annoying. There's some, dude, this one's long, so I hit that.
She says she wanna dance, but she don't know how to move. I iced out, looking like a star. Her name is Jenny. Please don't have me. Yo, do you like this girl? Yeah, have a junkie on the underage. That you do a song with her like this girl. Yeah, in the bed with your head side. Yeah.
Oh.
It's stolen by James. James on the run, dragged down, and he still gets it to go. Wow. It's hit by James. Here comes James in the open floor. James, grab from behind. Count it. Goal take and one. James inside, foul. Shot's good. The straight. Here's James. Bonner grabs it, and he puts it in.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god. Dang, bruh. This guy had the drum gun. I always kill people with the drum gun, but then right after I die. Okay, now Booga has 11,000. I guess it's because he just started streaming.
Oh, oh.
Oh, we'll go to Discord.
Doesn't matter.
Big boy diamond, ice on me changing the pilot. She like the way I be vibing. This ain't a career. Ice on my TPS permanent. Bought a new gun and I dirtied it. I'm a burglar and a murderer chiming. I'm a burglar and a murderer chiming. Big boy diamond, ice on me.
Dude, what kind of fucking songs are on your For You page? Holy shit.
It's not a song. Well, I don't know what it is, but I'm watching on YouTube. It's not a song. It's just this, sports lines.
All my niggas ballin' like Curry. The bitch, that bitch like
She
a
burned.
Ferrari.
Oh,
And my cheese icy.
should be in pursuit of something that is more important, perhaps relationships, health, or one of the greatest things ever created, the Danny Duncan mystery box. I understand now that it can be in your heart and in your hands. This box for a simple price of $69. With time, we will face the day when the mystery box is no longer available. Love your family, love your friends, love yourself. Papa Jim.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Flight 4270 with Mountain It is a first hour.
Going to Florida. Haven't been there way before tour. House is almost done. Lots of stuff to do there, so yeah, we're making the trek. This gotta go. Oh shit. Alright. Dude, look, guys, when you're picking things up, guys, don't let your back bend, okay? Don't ever do this. You're gonna hurt yourself. Use your legs. Squat back straight. Never seen the pictures at Walgreens, dude? How to pick up boxes? Oh! Oliver, David! What are you... David, pick it up. Use your legs, David. Alright, let's go. It's all wet. David! I keep lifting it extra. Alright, never mind. David, the toilet! We needed the toilet. That was the only toilet we had. Fuck! Get the other toilet. The other toilet cost me like $600. There! What the fuck's wrong with your hair, dude? Yo, look at Barrett's hair. Look, I thought he was wearing a beanie. I thought he was wearing a do-rag or something for a second. Bro, what is that, dude? Skin cap? What the fuck? Alright, should we do this? It's gonna be hard to throw with this fucking ball, dude. Uh-oh. Nothing's gonna happen? How's that thing not exploded yet? Dude, the football got destroyed. Oh, dude, it's disgusting. Oh. Got a new dirt bike, another 110. People like to trash my shit, so this one's only for me. I'm gonna get 250 something. This is a bad bitch. There, move! Oh, is it? How do we know though? How does he know? He wasn't on radar. No fucking thing. So, how you doing, sir? I'm stopping you. I'm not sure. I didn't know I was speeding. Yeah, actually at 70 miles an hour. Okay. 45 miles. It's really, it's this song, you know, Eminem. Oh yeah? I guess. Lose yourself. It's just, I was just telling everyone how good that song is. Lose yourself in the music, the moment you want it, better never let it go. It's just like, you just play it and you start going. I think it makes you 12% better. I can give you a ticket for speeding, but I didn't write you for doing 25 over. I wrote you for doing 9. Oh, thank you. The difference is 25 over is $281 and 4 points. 9 over still moving, it's 131 and 3 points. Alright, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll go fucking 100. What? What's he gonna do, dude? Arrest me? Yes. You're gonna get your shit taken away. Yeah. Yeah, cop. I don't know if he's coming for you, but I already got pulled over. Oh, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I wasn't even going that fast. Fuck. As long as I don't get arrested or winning. Oh, wait. He's on a motorcycle, dude. At least I wouldn't be claustrophobic. Dude. Oh, they're not gonna take it on a motorcycle. No, it'd be so good. No, it'd be cool if he didn't have to go and he drove me to jail. I would not care if he did that. Oh my god, dude. I don't care about the tickets. I just feel bad that he made 5. You're like, but I'm gonna give you 9 of them. No, just kidding. Not this time. Yeah, no, I understand that. It's like that. Wait till you get around the corner. What I don't see doesn't hurt me. The fact is, make sure you make arrangements for the 4 days. No. Alright, thanks guys. Alright. I appreciate it. Gets out of control. Alright. Safe sex, safe drive. Cop was very nice, great guy. He's a quick boy, he's a young boy, that's for sure. That motorcycle sure hauls ass. Gotta be a true stroke with the power band, huh? What up? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Chilling. What's up, though? What are you doing? Chilling. What'd you do today? Chilling. How about you? I just been chilling. What are you doing later? You filmed today or no? No, I'm not filming. What the fuck you been doing? Chilling, dude. Hey, why did you ask me? You wanna come to Florida? I kinda do, dude. I just don't want to play it, man. I'm by myself. How you doing? You remember me?
Oh, yeah. Didn't know you cared.
Cared about what?
I thought you were somewhere else.
California, I just came back. It's David's bar mitzvah tomorrow.
Yeah, I remember you.
That's good. Wanna go swimming?
You want to go swimming?
Do you wanna go? It cuts the bear to the
Yeah, I
animal.
guess so.
You ready?
Well, I'm not going to die, man. I got to go in slow. You're not going in there.
We're family. That's
What?
we're family. He's got a small pee-pee. He's scared. He's like, is that a shark?
Yeah, another one.
Oh, my mom won't stop looking at you. She's laughing. David, why are you looking at your... This is crazy. True love.
Oh.
It tastes better when you're nude.
Shake hands with your Uncle Mikey, boy. And there's your sister Kate. There's your skirt. You just swing down by the garden gate. Shake hands with all the neighbors. And kiss the crying doll. It is welcome as the flowers in May. This hero Johnny Gall.
I got 2 speeding tickets on the way here. Bye. How was it? Got any advice? No, same. I hit a wall. Spirits sure are good. Alright, I saved all my checks from tour. Good cash. We're buying a house in LA. 1, 4, 5, 7, 18. This is from a venue. Thanks, Danny. PSA the whole app. When you do a tour and stuff, they just put the money on your bank account, but I asked for the physical checks and I just saved them because you can hold it for like 90 days. So I just save them all, I don't spend it, and then I can just stack up all this money at once. That way I can like make a big investment or a big purchase. So I'm putting like $1.1 million down, and I'll just knock out that mortgage really fast. But obviously, thanks to everyone that came on tour. It's crazy. Got that. We're gonna have some cash, and then we just gotta make this payment in a couple weeks. Really excited for a house in LA. That's what I'm working on right now, I guess. But baseball's really fun. Honestly, if I can get into that field, I think it's not that far. I wish I hit like this when I was 12. There you go. Oh, shit.
God. Never hit a home run on this field. You know, the bigger fields. So I'm gonna try today. I think I can do it. I know it seems like pussy shit, but it's a big milestone. Come on, bro. Too much line drive-ish. Bro, a one bounce spins every time. Let's go. Finally did it. Jeez, it doesn't fucking listen. My first home run. Oh, it's lit. Autograph it, give it away. When I was a kid, I would hit balls off the tee, and my hands bled. And I would do it again the next morning. No one worked as hard as I did. I would walk to practice uphill twice, there and back. We gotta do a football field. Hit me up if you build a football field. I seen the cool ones on Facebook. It looks sick. This man. Wait till I strike out both of you. Get out of here, Steve. Hey, big man's up. Okay. Keep both hands on the bat, Steve. Can't get it, dude. It went over the fence. What's up, Matthew? What, dude? Say hug, man. Freaking listen, dude. Alright, Matthew versus Josh. Wrestle? Wrestle? How old are you? 14. How old are you? Alright, he's 22. I mean, 13 to 14 year old. Matthew, don't hurt. Size is a big man. Okay. I said don't hurt him, Matthew. Dude, what is this? Can we get a fucking picture up in here? Dude, what the fuck is going on there? So that's a home run then. Sorry, what's it up? We're playing football. You're not batting us. You're a fucking scrub, dude. Scrub.
Say, love Papa Din. Like you're ending a letter. You know when you end your letters, you say, love Papa Din. So just it.
And now, the history of TireRack.com. First there was the wheel, then the tire. The tire buying was a bumpy road, so we decided there's got to be a better way. We'll call it Tire Rack. 40 years later, we're not slowing down. TireRack.com.
Welcome to Kill Count, where we tell Michael Myers' return to the big screen after 7 long years. Kind of a late return, seeing as the slasher subgenre was on the decline. But Mustafa Akkad was determined to revitalize the series with a back-to-basics approach after buying the rights to the whole franchise from John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, who were no longer involved. And that's what this movie is, really, completely back to basics. I don't know if you can get any more basic than Halloween 4. Although many Halloween fans love this sequel, I don't have strong feelings about it either way. To me, it's pretty much see Michael kill. Kill Michael, kill. Everything from the supporting characters to the kills, Michael's way too white new mask are just kind of meh to me. The only things that stand out are the excellent kid acting from Danielle Harris as Jamie Boyd and the return of Donald Pleasance as Sam Loomis, who was just full-on pants backwards crazy by now. As middling as they were, though, there were still a bunch of kills. Let's get to that. The movie begins on Halloween Eve, 1988, 10 years after the events of the first two films. An ambulance arrives at a federal sanitarium that looks like a haunted maze walkthrough on the inside, complete with spooky screams.
Jesus.
Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place.
The ambulance drivers are there to pick up a comatose Michael Myers for a transfer, and they're treated to a bunch of exposition from the security guard who recaps the first two movies for them and the audience.
But his doctor, of all people, shot him 6 times.
They wheel Michael out on a stretcher as the classic Halloween theme plays, because this series is going to skate by on that piece of music for as long as it can. In the back of the ambulance, the attendants unwisely talk about Michael's only living relative, a young niece in Haddonfield, and that gets the invisible Michael Mann good and restless. So restless that he wakes up and kills this dude, attendant Jay Black, first by slamming his head against the inside of the ambulance, and then by pulling a little Jack Horner and sticking his thumb in Black's head to see if he's done yet. What a good boy you are, Michael. Time to meet Michael's 7-year-old niece they mentioned, Jamie Lloyd, played by Danielle Harris, who is the true star of this and the next movie. In case you're confused about how she's related to Michael, they make it clear when she looks at this publicity photo of Jamie Lee Curtis from the first movie. Little Jamie Lloyd is Laurie Strode's daughter. But in this Halloween timeline, Laurie Strode is dead from a car accident that also killed Jamie's father, leaving her an orphan. That's okay though, Uncle Mikey is here to take care of Jamie and make sure she's raised properly. Ain't that right, Mike? He can even teach her this new trick he's been working on, teleporting. Neat! That was all a hallucination or whatever. And in reality, Jamie's just crying in a closet with a pack of Mountain Dew throwbacks. She lives in this Haddonfield house with her adopted family, the Carruthers. She's got foster sister Rachel, foster mother Darlene, and foster father Alex Jones, or Richard. She's also got a real good boy named Sunday. Oh, look at that fluffy golden belly. Almost makes you forget about your dead parents. What this movie really needs, though, is a crazy-ass doctor looming over it. So here's Donald Pleasance with some janky burn makeup effects to remind us of that giant hospital that probably should have killed him. He gets word that Michael's ambulance was involved in an accident on site, and the movie makes my job easier with a quick line of dialogue.
There's people in the bump. 4 plus fire.
That means we can add 3 to the count right now, since we already counted that attendant Blackbeard. The other 3 victims were apparently that other attendant, a lady named Evans, and 2 randos who we never saw. Who knows that all these damn movies have the same damn plot, so he's already leaving for Haddonfield, where Michael will surely be headed. On his way home, though, Michael's gonna make a pit stop so he can rack up a couple more kills. First is this mechanic who's just trying to make a living, but instead he makes a dying after a bandaged up Michael uses a metal rod to stab through the poor guy's body just off screen. Mikey, that's not what the sign meant when it said body shop. Loomis happens to pull into the same gas/kill station, and after heading inside, finds the mechanic's body hanging down from a bunch of chains in a, honestly, kind of a weird S&M looking way. But Loomis is king positive, so instead of hightailing it out of there, he goes into this Shrine of Abe Lincoln diner, only to find another body behind the counter. This waitress lying on the ground with not a single hint as to how she was killed. Pretty lame. They could have at least thrown some fake blood on her belly or something. Loomis turns around to find Michael at the end of a Zolly shot, standing way back in the kitchen. Against the backdrop of a bunch of poorly hung Lincoln pictures, Loomis goes to shoot his former patient, but his shots hit nothing. Was Michael just an illusion, or did Loomis watch as he juked out of the way real fast? It's not really important. What is important is pointing out the ridiculous stock sound effects that this movie uses for gunshots. Loomis steps outside for some air, and next thing you know, Michael's stealing a big old truck he somehow knows how to drive as Loomis shoots at him some more. As Michael drives off, he somehow starts a gas station fire that destroys Loomy's car and spreads it to an electric line so the doctor can get a whole special effects show worth of sparks and flames. At her school in Haddonfield, Jamie gets teased by her classmates for having a boogeyman uncle and a, dead mom.
Jamie's an orphan! Jamie's an orphan!
Wow, kids are dicks. Again, Danielle Harris gives a spectacular performance and really makes you feel bad for Jamie as she runs away crying.
Okay, you're okay.
She gets picked up by Rachel and Rachel's friend Lindsay, who's apparently meant to be Lindsay Wallace, the little girl that Annie was babysitting in the original film. That blew my goddamn mind. Lindsay drops Rachel and Jamie off at a drugstore, where, in an even bigger mindfuck, this random dude inside is supposed to be Tommy Doyle, the little boy Laurie babysat in the original. Why include these two at all if you're not even going to make them characters? Or in Tommy's case, even mention them by name. Anyway, Rachel and Jamie are there so that Jamie can get a Halloween costume, Rachel can get some action. That boy she'd PDAing with is Brady, who she's been seeing recently, but who she can't go out with tonight because she's got to watch over Jamie. Brady feels tricked that he ain't getting any treats, so he starts looking elsewhere for something good to eat, namely this chick who works at the store with him, Kelly Beaker. Meanwhile, Jamie has found a costume that just like speaks to her, man. Probably because it's so similar to the one her uncle began his murder career in. And it turns out Uncle Mike is there in person, putting on a conveniently available shave mask and attacking Jamie in the middle of this public store in broad daylight. Or maybe he didn't, because of course, when the teenagers rush to Jamie's screens, there's no evil uncle to speak of. Oh, wait, no, there he is. He's still right there. Nobody saw that dude? With his vehicle wrecked from the gas station stunt show, Loomis resorts to some John Waters-style hitchhiking and gets picked up by quite the character, Reverend Jackson P. Sayer. He and Loomis have a great time talking about evil and knocking back some moves, while Sayer enchants Loomis with a gospel tune.
Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful, beautiful river.
Hey, you know what, Loomis? This guy could be singing way worse songs than you. Just ask Pee Wee Herman.
Give me back corn and I don't care. Give me back corn and I don't care. Give me back corn and I don't care.
On Halloween night, while other kids are TPing trees like they should have done Devil's Night, Michiganders know. Jamie puts on her best clown costume so she and Rachel can get to trick and or treating in the streets of Haddonfield. After they leave, Michael Myers, first person, sneaks his way into the Carruthers house and makes sure the audience knows that Jamie Lloyd is indeed the daughter of Laurie Strode. Loomis gets to the Haddonfield police station where he meets Sheriff Brackett's replacement, Sheriff Meeker. He's the father of that Kelly chick from Brady's store. Loomis dives straight into his crazy Michael Myers script and tells Meeker that Jamie Lloyd is in danger. When Meeker doesn't believe him, he just fucking erupts.
6 bodies, Sheriff. That's what I've seen. Between here and Richmond, I've seen Michael Myers is here in this town.
Wanting to avoid setting off that bottle rocket of fashion, Meeker agrees to go with Loomis to find Jamie and protect her. Hope you check home first, Meeky, because Jamie's currently at your house trick-or-treating with Rachel and a bunch of other kids. Kelly answers the door for them, and don't look now, Rachel. Brady's in the background zipping up his pants, as he and the sheriff's daughter were F-U-C-K-I-N-G. He tries to explain himself to Rachel, but like, dude, what are you even gonna say? You got caught with your pants down. Or with Kelly's pants down, anyway. Damn, girl, put on some pants when you answer the door for little kids. You wanna land on the sex offenders list? Instead, Loomis and Sheriff Meeker go to the Carruthers house and find evidence that Michael's been there already, since those pictures are lying around, and oh yeah, there's a dead dog. Sunday, no! Fuck Michael Myers, man. We're all much more okay when Michael's killing people. So let's see some more of that with this unfortunate technician dude named Bucky, according to his hard hat. Michael tosses the guy into a giant transformer, borrowing a move from his frenemy Jason by killing someone while simultaneously knocking out some power. In this case, the whole damn town apparently. That darkness will come in handy for Michael later, so I guess he got pretty lucky with Bucky. The cops haven't stated a curfew by now, so kids are getting picked up by their parents, and bars are having to kick out their blue-collar patrons. Rachel and Jamie are finally found by Loomis and Sheriff Meeker, but after they get in the police car, Loomis notices that they have an audience, a Michael Myers staring at them from afar. But wait a minute, there's a second Michael Myers over there! And what's that? A third Michael Myers? Yeah, it turns out it's just a couple of punk kids playing a goof that nearly gets them shot. It's just a prank, bro! They get back to the police station and find it totally demolished, and we get another body for the count when Sheriff Meeker comes across a dead police officer whose arm has been torn off somehow. Now, other counts online say there are 3 bodies in this shot, but try as I may, I can only see one. He's missing a shoe and he has his leg draped over a bucket. I'm not gonna pretend like I see the other 2 just to be cool, so sorry, we're only adding 1 here. A posse of barflies rolls up to the police station looking for answers as to why their fresh bar hadn't closed early, and when Loomis tells them that Michael Myers is to blame, they set off to do some vigilante justice.
Son of a bitch, you just created a lynch mob. You haven't got a police boss.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys are going to be an adequate replacement. They take their justice truck to a park where they think they see something. Hey Earl, did that bush move? It's coming right for us! The drunk dudes just completely open fire, shooting their guns off like they're in a goddamn Predator movie. Good job, guys. You really showed that foliage who's boss. Only there's one problem.
Shit, Earl. It's Ted Hollister.
Yeah, you fucking morons. You just shot and killed some random dude who was probably back there taking a piss or something. This is why you don't crowdsource justice. At the Meeker house, Brady and Kelly are making out way too close to the fireplace for it to be a comfortable temperature when their sexy, sweaty times gets interrupted by a car pulling up to the house. It's Kelly's dad, the sheriff. They're able to get dressed and look only like, 95% suspicious when Meeker walks in with his entourage that includes Rachel. But again, Kelly, put on some fucking pants. All you're wearing underneath that shirt is a thong. And now you've got a house full of people, including your sheriff dad. Do you not own pants? Sheriff Meeker arms Brady with a gun and tells him to board up the house, while also letting him know that he's not a fucking moron.
Yeah, get you broke my daughter. I used that shotgun on you.
So now we've got a bunker down situation, with Sheriff Meeker and his buddy Deputy Logan securing the Meeker house to protect Jamie and Rachel inside. Meeker and Loomis call another town and tell them to send over some reinforcements, but then Loomis leaves to the Carruthers house in case Michael's going there. And then Meeker also has to leave after he gets word that those drunk idiots up and killed a dude.
Hey, I got a town full of beer bellies running around the dark with shotguns. Who's gonna be next?
That means there ain't no one around to break up the fight over Brady between Rachel and the pantsless wonder that ends with Rachel spilling coffee on Kelly's shirt. Oh, come on, Rachel. That's the only piece of clothing she seems to own. Kelly manages to fish out a plaid shirt.
And you're still watching YouTube?
But it turns out it's not Logan sitting in that chair. Kelly finds him as a corpse after lighting a candle. It's another kill where we can't see too many details about it, but at least there is some blood going on, so that makes it better than that bloodless waitress. Michael Myers stands up from the chair Logan had been sitting in and turns to face Kelly. He takes the deputy's rifle and stabs Kelly through the torso with it, with such force that it breaks through the wall.
Jesus.
And pins her up against it. Cops do it by the book, but Michael does it and then takes a look. Things are feeling kind of final girl right about now, so why don't we have Rachel wandering on some corpses? If you'll look down to your right, you can see Deputy Logan by the coffee cup. And if you'll look to your left, you'll find a pantsless door decoration that really ties the room together. Brady meets up with Rachel, and after they go upstairs to get Jamie, Michael Myers makes his presence known in front of the fireplace. As he slowly approaches them, Brady has some rifle issues, so he's unable to successfully shoot the stalker, and instead
Suck, dude.
He tries to fight back, but Michael just grabs his fist like it ain't shit. Then Mikey grabs him by the throat and lifts him up into the air. To Brady's credit, he spends his last living moments spitting out a defiant glob of blood, but then Michael kills him by breaking his neck. The Foster sisters escape into the attic and find themselves trapped against a window as Michael pursues them. Oh, and look, it's his favorite weapon, which is a chef's knife, not a butcher knife. I wrongly called it a butcher knife in previous go-rounds, and I apologize for that. Thank you for the kind corrections. They break out the window and climb up onto the roof, Jamie riding Rachel's back like she's teaching her the ways of the Force. Michael keeps on a-coming and nearly stabs Rachel with his knife. Then there's a bunch of...
Dude, this guy's school closed because of the coronavirus.
Who's?
And Rachel getting down
I don't know.
gravity, while
Some
Jamie is
streamer.
making sure her foster sister is
Yeah, it's 2
dead.
viewers,
Michael
but
manages to get
that's
groundside
funny.
as well and begins slowly chasing his niece through the dark streets of hell.
Not really.
Instead of being captured by Michael,
Who? Does he know? Do you know who he was though? Like who got it?
No, I don't know anything about it. I was just going through Twitch.
Together, Loomis and Jamie make their way to the schoolhouse, because I guess the sirens that go off when he shoots his way in will attract authorities or something. Too bad there's already someone else waiting for them at the schoolhouse, an albino Michael Myers. Wait, what? Yeah, I guess in these shots they accidentally used a mask that was pink with white hair. I don't know.
How do you do that?
These couple of shots with Mikey as he
What?
attacks Loomis.
So in like 1998 Halloween 4, he had like a white mask with black hair, right? For like most of the movie. Then whenever they get to the school, he's got a pink face with white hair.
Throws him through a window. Before Jamie is caught by her murderous uncle, Rachel saves her with a fire extinguisher, and the two of them rush outside right as that truck of drunkards pull up in response to the school's alarm that's still ringing. They all pile in the truck and head out to end this movie, leaving Haddonfield for safer territory. But little do they know that Michael Myers hitched a ride on the underside of the truck, I guess. So now he's climbing into the back and making short work of these dudes. He stabs 2 of them in the back and the side before rolling them out the back of the truck. Then he kills the last of the truck bed boys by simply throwing him from the moving vehicle. And yeah, maybe that didn't actually kill that guy, but it's only Michael's 3rd movie and he's trying to catch up to J-Man and the Fredster, so let's let him have it. Truck driver Earl hasn't even noticed the carnage he's been party to, so it's hard to feel bad for him when Michael breaks through the car window and kills him in a brutal way, just ripping apart his throat and or breaking his neck with his bare hands. Nice. Rachel takes control of the situation, opening the door to relieve the truck of its deceased driver, and taking the wheel for herself as Michael hangs out up top and tries to grab at her through the broken window. After he breaks the windshield with a headbutt, she slams on the brakes and rolls him right off the car. Then she speeds it forward to hit him with it and send him flying down the hill. He lands a bit away from them, right as the cavalry arrives in the form of a whole lot of police cars. But when the cops rush over to help, they find Jamie being a bit too friendly to her felonious family member and holding Michael's hand. As Michael gets ready to kill again, the cops tell Jamie to drop to the ground so they can open fire on old Mikey and shoot him a whole bunch of times with their guns until he winds up falling into an open mine shaft in the ground. And that's the last we'll see of him in this movie, even though he's obviously not dead. Loomis shows up at the Carruthers house to let people know he's still alive, but I hope he's not planning on resting just yet, because while foster mom Deborah Carruthers draws a bath for Jamie, we get a return of the first-person shot that began this whole franchise as a hand grabs a pair of scissors, puts on a mask, and approaches Deborah in the bathroom. Loomis rushes to the staircase and sees what happened, which makes him positively shit himself.
No!
Yeah, son, it's one of those endings where the protagonist kind of like but just like that ending, this one will get ignored. In next movie, we'll see that Jamie didn't actually succeed in killing her foster mom. Don't worry though, all the others have.
I swear.
Let's find out.
Fortnite employees hate me.
Yo, this cop pulled over this car on a fucking bike. The struggle, bro. The struggle.
batteries?
No, no, this is for my asthma. This is my asthma, man.
Well, I know you got some
No, I ain't got no AA batteries. I'm Sonic.
Can I pat you down?
Yeah, you can pat me down. Come on, there you go. There you go. Oh, whoa.
What's this?
Oh, hey, it's my cigarettes. My cigarettes. Sonic smokes them. Okay? I'm sorry to say.
Fine, I know you got batteries.
I ain't got no batteries. Okay.
Swear? How old are you? Oh my god, dude. I'd feel bad. They're just gonna talk to you like, you're a fucking pussy. Being bullying kids. What, you want 10 bucks? You want 10 bucks?
Put this in and
Got them bitches with them there, so I'll charge them bitches all night. That's got some batteries.
Hell yeah, some good ones too.
They're gonna die soon, aren't they?
Hell no, bro. I'm playing around, man.
I'm sending as goods and services though. You gotta pay the tax.
It's cool, man.
Just kidding. It's a joke. Is this cinnamon rolls? Do that. Oh, I got you a surprise. It's this pizza I found sitting on the ground for an hour. Fuck. I know. Why do I always end up eating this shit? It's like that. It is kind of good. It's cold. I don't want it cold. Can I get a bite of that? No.
You want me to eat it?
Where'd you get it?
Delicious.
What kind? Strawberry?
Watermelon.
Strawberry watermelon?
Oh, that's where they're at.
Oh, look. I love the bush. It cuts, we're like on swings together, walking on the beach. Don't do anything stupid or snack.
No, when it gets out.
Yeah, after.
What do you mean after?
With the group of people, when the group of people did it. No swinging. And make sure to hold it up here. I was about to swing it. Definitely. Yeah, no swinging. I can't swing it?
Go like this.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah. You can do that.
Nah, dude, on his head. Oh my god, dude.
Hey, come on. Don't do that shit. You can't take pictures. Hey. Don't do this. You can't take pictures.
Does that look legit? PUBG, baby. There you go. Thanks, Nathan. We're just pissing people off for playing Fortnite. Oh! Got this, bro. You got this. There's a sniper, right? Fuck, dude, I could have sworn that was the line. This shit goes on for years. It's like a Danny Duncan meetup. Alright, the line didn't look that long when we got here, but it's pretty long. And I know I'm gonna wait in this long ass line when I get up to play Fortnite on the Xbox. We'll fucking die right away. Good luck, bro. Good luck. Oh, I already died. Oh. Fuck you. Hey, where are we dropping, boys? Where are we dropping, boys?
Yo, you gotta go moisty.
Fuck! 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 Oh, I'm just kidding. Oh!
I just DM'd you.
Thanks, bro.
You know what I said? I said, Danny, I'm at E3 and I can't find you, little shit. Where are you?
I'll reply to it when I see it.
Please do.
Is this a prop? Yeah. We can sit on it? Not anymore. Somebody fucked it up. We're trying to lean on it. Ride red, get head. What's the story? Straight up like my brother. Yeah. Don't do it. Why does it matter? What's one spot?
Well, because we're like waiting.
I'm just trying to play some Spyro. You know?
You can go behind us, but not in front of us.
Then I'm cutting out other people.
Sucks.
That's what I'm saying, but he said it's okay.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying it's okay for you not to cut in front of me.
You want to just hug it out?
Yeah, but then you can like go fuck off.
Thanks, bro. Sorry, I'm just filming some dumb shit.
Are you really?
They get so mad. So funny. Ready? Oh, I wasn't ready. I can't see, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, nuts. God damn it. Sorry, I did not mean to do it. Oh! Sorry. Shit, no. God damn it. Fuck. Go!
did not know I'd be coming here to buy a RC car. But here I am. Just bought an RC car worth more than my car. You alright? It's my life now. I'm an RC car owner. Your ankles look like rams. What's up, bro? I leave kids speechless. That's what my life's all about now. Jake, shut the fuck up. So dumb, bro. You know, you remind me of like all those people on YouTube, bro. Like fucking those. Like you? No, like the really like shitty ones though, like that. Like 7-year-olds watch. I'm shitty, but 7-year-olds don't watch me. It's like people that have a brain watch me, like a little bit. I mean, they kind of have a brain. Like people like kids that watch like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like those type of people. Like those kids are like those kids are like lost in life. They haven't even like experienced it yet. I'll give you my dirt bike if you can touch me. No, you didn't, bitch! We got the footage! Instant refund. Alright, if you can touch me, you can have sex with my mom. Alright, $10,000. Game over, bitch. You lost. You lost. I'm trying to give you opportunities in life. You don't want to take them? I don't need that helmet. And I'm wearing a hat! Help! Ah! You flip it over? I should have got this instead of a dog. Where's Marvin? I see him. I came to build Legos.
What's your name, Sam?
You forgot my name? Yes. You didn't forget. Dang, you remember my name. That's sick. Little Mongolian boy.
Remember when I was my school, I said,
Camera?
oh, I want the camera.
What do you want me to do? How old are you? 5.5. What is it? Let me see. Oh, it's me and Marvin. Isn't it crazy he remembers? That's insane. I've only met him, what, twice? 3 times?
I will never ever stop playing with Legos.
I remember saying the same thing when I was your age. Now look at me. My life's a mess. I'm an adult. I have responsibilities.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Mutual.
Hi.
Liberty Liberty.
Hi. We'll have it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Only pay for what you need.
Not to play with an RC car. When I come back, I'll bring Legos. Keep it real. Be safe. I'll ride this out. Bye, Marvin. Love that kid, man.
Like cheese. Let me go put on my cleats. The way that I get up and run through the streets. Perry like Bon Appetit. They saw us and went to go call the police. Yeah, down.
Oh, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. No! Oh my god!
That's extra! That's not extra!
level 7, bros. But I wanted to do a mass raid with this troop, but I didn't have enough loot, and I still don't think I do. I have 96 elixir. Yeah, that's all I got. So we're gonna try and do a Valkyrie raid with this. All right. So let's do it. Let's see if we have enough for a whole Valkyrie team. This will be interesting. How many can I put? Oh, dang it! I'm already broke now, guys. Wow. So what can we do? Well, we can get some resources. Here we go. 1,000. Okay. Now let's try and do this. All right. There we go. All right. So it didn't take that much. Ooh, spells. All right. Great spells. Maybe a heal spell. There we go. Okay. And do we have a wall breaker? Oh, we don't. Let me grab this real quick. Thank you. There's nothing in it, but it's just gonna help pay the way to the town hall there. What else? Gosh, let me help this guy out. Ola. We're gonna try and do a full Valkyrie team attack. So you guys sit back, relax, and let's go. All right, bros, we're back, and I think I'm ready. I have everything set. I've got my loot. I've got my elixir and my dark stuff. So we're ready to go. Let's do it. This guy has some good stuff. Dang, he put it in the right spot too. I want to attack from this side, and I gotta go over there. Gosh, you know what? No. We're gonna go for his dark stuff. You can have that gold and elixir stuff. We're going for you dark elixir. Here we go. Put this in, and the queen. There we go.
Bro.
A new kind of investor is changing things up. Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Explanations I've heard from Loga and Zexter directly, as well as minor changes I've noticed in their gameplay. One reason I've heard from them both is the new Chapter 2 Season 2 meta. What the meta refers to is essentially the most effective playstyle you can have in game, and for the new season of Fortnite, that would be jumping in people's boxes like a complete psychopath. As to the actual reason that's the meta, I've talked about that in a few videos already, but it basically boils down to love traps. Without them in the game, people are not scared to have a sniper straight through your walls and 50-50 you from up close. What that means sensitivity-wise is that low sense is at a big disadvantage. Why? Well, the whole point of low sense is to improve your long and mid-range tracking aim. Low sense forces you to use your whole arm and use big sweeping motions with your mouse to be more accurate. High sense, on the other hand, is the complete opposite and forces you to use more of your wrist. This gives you the ability to make micro adjustments you cannot with your arm and will help you with short range tracking and flicks. This also happens to be why Zexter increases targeting sense in addition to his overall sense. He wants to be able to track people while aimed in from close range, which is something he just could not do on low sense. The other benefit of this meta is that it's a lot easier to escape getting W keyed and to play defensively on high sense. I think I actually brought this point up in my video on why you should raise your sense, and I basically said your mechanics will improve, so in turn, your box fighting will as well. The big difference here though is that for this video, I'm referring to only when you're the one getting aggressed on and not being the aggressor, because because that's the Chapter 2 Season 2 meta. People are gonna get in on you, and unless your sense is fast enough to react, that's not to say it's impossible to say being on low sense, but for people that are not Mongrel or Andretta, it's a lot more difficult. For example, have you ever watched Mr. Savage get pressured while on low health? The man will whip out some of the most insane edit outplays and build combinations I've ever seen that I could only dream of. The two beasts I'm referring to are none other than 100T Mr. Savage and NRG Benji Bishop. Both of them play on over 110 EDPI, both have played at something even higher in the past, and both are without doubt the top 2 solo players in the game. Savage just won DreamHack Anaheim, Benji won the most solo cash cups in Europe for Chapter 2, and Mr. Savage won the second most for Chapter 2 as well. To me, that's more than enough to take the number 1 and 2 spots, and is also more than just a weird coincidence. You have the most dominant solo players sharing almost the same exact sense and the same exact playstyle, you start to think it may have a lot more to do with their sensitivity in the first place. Mind you, I'm not saying you go and copy Benji's sense, I'm not even advising you to change to high sense at all, I'm just explaining why many pros have changed, and this just happens to be one of them. Back to what I was saying, and maybe everyone reaching the benefits of low sense is wrong, and high sense is better. This is something I've heard from Young Cal, who's another elite level pro player, and it's what he told me about why he prefers high sense. He said playing fast is way better than taking things slower and being more calculated. This includes everything from your tunneling to your editing and building to the speed you react at. And this makes sense because all of those things are undoubtedly improved with a higher sensitivity. To counter his point, however, just because you're building and editing better with fast and high sense does not mean it's going to drastically improve right away. This is especially the case for your aim and hitting shots, yes, even from up close. Some of you may adapt quicker than others, like Logan did when he first switched to 21% X and Y, but the rest of you need to put in the time and to build your muscle memory. The way Zexo's gone about doing that is by 1, playing box fight